All right, everyone, welcome to the 187 District Court. These are the rules. 1, you're in the 187 District Court. You need to behave professionally. If you do not behave professionally, you're going to be required to appear in court. To all the inmates, you are not allowed to use the chat box. If you use the chat box, you will be sent back and we will hear your case at a later date. You are not allowed to use the chat box to pick up dates. This is not the Bachelorette or the Bachelor. Do not do it. To everyone else who is a defendant or a person accused, if you're at your house or somewhere, this is not a chance for you to multitask by changing babies' diapers or by cooking or working at the same time. Again, you're in the 187 District Court. If you do that, you will be required to appear in person. Just 1 second. To all the attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, you need to put that plea bargain agreement into the chat box to Ferguson coordinator. That's how she's listed. No matter how small the agreement is, if it's an agreement for a motion to revoke, put it in the chat box to her. Please do not call her or text her or message her asking if you can be excused. I'm the only person who can excuse you. I'm going to open breakout rooms. When I open breakout rooms, it will invite you to a breakout room. Do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call your name and assign you to a breakout room. To all the defendants, you will hear your attorney's name called. Your name will not be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, that means they're probably Zooming in another court. Just 1 moment. So what will end up happening is to all of the defendants, your attorney's name will be called. Don't be concerned. You will get a chance to hear your attorney's name and you will get a chance to meet with your attorney. I do not allow Zooming from vehicles. So do not be in a moving vehicle and Zoom. I will not be responsible for an accident on the road. So attorneys, I'm going to call your name. This is the order in which you'll appear. If your name is low on the list and you want to zoom out and zoom back in, you can. But if you do, and your name is called and you're not here, you'll go to the end of the line. Luis Martinez, James Seeloff.
Present.
H. David Sanchez, Flavio Hernandez, Anthony Cantrell, Anthony Rabago, Wendy McClellan, Jonathan Ross, Michael White, Dante Dominguez, Gary Hillier. Is there anyone else that I missed? All right.
Aiden De Leon.
Are you an attorney?
No, I'm sorry.
All right. Everyone put on your listening ears. Your attorney's name will be called. Your name will not be called.
Judge, I'm here for Linda Corley.
I'm sorry, for who?
For Linda Corley, Judge Kim Beza.
Okay. All right, for all the attorneys, you'll notice there are more defense attorneys than there are prosecutors. However, the prosecutors have the ability to move throughout the breakout rooms. So just wait for them in a breakout room, be patient, and they will get to you. Just 1 moment. All right, Luis Martinez, who do you have on our docket?
Judge, I've got Pablo Cortez.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
Prosecutor will meet you there. James Seeloff, who do you have?
Deborah Finnemore. I've had no contact with her.
All right, if you want to zoom out and come back at 10:30, I give everyone till 10:30.
I'm here, ma'am, I'm here.
She's here.
Okay, I need a breakout room.
All right, and what's the last name?
Finnemore. Deborah Finnemore.
All right, and what is it criminal trial division or family violence?
criminal possession.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Aaron Pouch. Aaron Pouch.
My client.
Aaron Pouch, where are you?
What?
I'm right here, ma'am. Sorry.
All right, why are you vaping?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll see you in court. So you need to come into court. I'll see you here by 11 o'clock. It's the
Today?
187. It's the 187 District Court, 4th floor, 300 De La Rosa.
Okay, ma'am. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to vape. I'm sorry.
Yeah, do you vape when you're in a courtroom?
No, ma'am.
All right,
Ma'am,
I'll see you at 11 o'clock.
Ma'am, I just had a fractured spine.
I'll see you at 11 o'clock. All right, Flavio Hernandez.
Hi, Your Honor. Excuse me, I'm having a little difficulty with my electronics this morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, who do you have?
I have Sakala Holes. He's in touch with me. He's trying to log in if he hasn't.
How do you spell his name, please?
Sakala is his first name, Sekala.
And is it
Holes.
criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence.
All right, I'll see you to breakout room number 3. And Alexandra, I will make you a co-host.
Thanks, Judge.
And Anthony Cantrell.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Anthony.
Who do you have?
Anthony Ortiz.
And is it family violence or criminal trial division?
Criminal trial.
I'll send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you.
And David Martin, I'm making you a co-host. Anthony Rabago.
Good morning, Your Honor.
If you want to, you can remain on Zoom, but your client will have to be in court.
Yeah, I need to speak to the prosecutor to confirm something about the case and then talk with you about it afterward.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence.
I'll send you to breakout room number 5. The prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you.
Wendy McClellan.
Morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Cheyenne Yen. It's a criminal trial case I need to discuss with the prosecutor.
I'll send you to breakout room number 6. The prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you.
Jonathan Ross.
Yes, morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Mr. Virgilio Basildua. It's a criminal trial division.
How do you spell the last name?
Basildua, Basaldua.
And you say criminal trial division?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 7.
All right, thank you.
Michael White, who do you have? Michael White.
I was on mute. I'm sorry. Eric Orta.
How do you spell the last name, please?
ORTA.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence.
I'll send you to breakout room number 8.
All right. I haven't given the chat information to Norma yet. Should I do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Dante Dominguez.
Pardon?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Brenda Schmidt. Sometimes she pops up under Ortiz, though.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
CTD.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 9.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Gary Hillier.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for Michelle Garcia. and it's a special crimes. It's Nicole Thornborough. I don't see that she's joined yet, Judge.
All right, could a prosecutor get in touch with special crimes? We'll have them here shortly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The attorney for Linda Corley.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here for Michael Cervantes. And it's on the criminal trial division, Judge.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 11.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Abelardo Garza. You're muted.
Present, Your Honor.
Yes, who do you have?
It's a DeMille, Thomas DeMille, D-A-M-I-L-L.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 12.
Thank you.
How you doing, sir?
Roberto Garcia.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here for Anacleto Garcia.
Could you spell the first name for me, please?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, A-N-A-C-L-E-T-O.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Drug case, Your Honor. Criminal trial.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 13.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have about 5 other settings today.
I'm sure this court is more important, right?
I already told everybody else, Your Honor, we straighten them out. Thank you.
All right.
Good to see you.
You too. Kelly Green.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Roberto Villarreal. It's a criminal trial division case.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 14.
Thank you.
Judge, can you send Deborah Fenimore to room 2?
Is she in custody?
She was, I don't think so. She was the one who called out earlier that said she was here, but I don't know where.
Who is Fenimore? You said Deborah Fenimore?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Deborah Fenimore, I'm sending you to breakout room number 2.
How is it that I get to the, oh, okay, I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bobby Gibbia.
Are you waiting for the call?
Hello, Judge. I have Anthony Lane. He's logged on, and we're in family violence.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 15.
Thank you,
Judge. Christine McDonald.
Good morning, Judge. I have Leticia Benavides, and that's with Criminal Trial Division, Judge.
You said Leticia Benavides?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send you to breakout room number 16.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Jesse Rivera. You're muted.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Who do you have?
I have Adrian DeLeon.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's family violence, Judge.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 17.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Ma'am, how do I get to breakout room 12?
Did I specifically ask you to go to breakout room number 12?
Oh, no, ma'am. I think you sent my attorney to it.
Yeah, so that means that you're not invited to breakout room number 12 yet. Jesse Sanchez.
Yes, Judge. I'm here on a Raimundo Basaldua.
How do you spell the last name?
Basaldua.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial. But Judge, on this case, he has 3 other cases that are set for today, but he has another attorney appointed.
Who's the other attorney?
Carl Alexander.
All right, we're going to see if we can get Carl Alexander in here. Norma, can you see if we can get Carl Alexander in, please?
Yes, ma'am.
And Judge, I would not be opposed to letting him handle this case since he has more cases that he's appointed to than I am, but that would be your decision.
All right, let's just see what happens when he comes in.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Joseph Stateson. Joseph Stateson, who do you have?
George Kelly, and we just got the Zoom link right now. I'm forwarding it to the client, but this is for Joanne de Hoyos's case.
All right, is he criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial, drug case.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 19. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Ray Adams.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, who do you have?
I have Javier Velasco, and I also have a Nicholas Rios.
Is it family violence or criminal trial division?
Criminal trial.
All right, a prosecutor will meet you in breakout room number 20.
Thank you.
Deborah Garcia, stop eating. I keep telling you, you're in the 187 District Court. What don't you understand about that? Do you see anyone else on here eating? If I hear one more potato chip bag, you're coming to the 187 District Court downtown. Do you understand? You better drop it and drop it right now.
Judge, can we make an announcement?
Yes, which case is this?
Anthony Ortiz.
Marcus, we're going to take the deal on Deborah Fittimore.
Okay, I'll chat you.
All right, Anthony Ortiz, what is the announcement?
This is one where I guess previously Anthony had you sign an order to get the gun tested for fingerprints.
Yes.
He said he reached out to SAPD to see the status. They haven't gotten back to him. So I said, Tom, you have some info?
Yeah, Judge, no, yes. I've talked to SAPD. They call me like every 3 days. Anthony, are you out there listening?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay. So federal law prohibits sending a firearm in the mail unless the recipient has a proven FFL firearms license. And you can't just say they do. You have to get like a copy of it and prove the identity, the FFL, and the appropriate documentation of the recipient before SAPD can ship the gun under federal law. So they have the gun, they call me, they're like, but I'm not going to do this because I have to break a federal. And I said, I got it. So
Okay.
that's why this case was reset, to tell you that whoever your person is in Georgia or wherever it is, you have to get, you have to get all of the trappings of their qualifications and everything like that, to include their FFL,
Okay.
federal firearms license.
I'm almost sure they have that because they're in the business of testing firearms all through
Yeah,
the
you
U.S.
just got to
So,
get it all.
yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it today. Judge, can we have a short reset on that?
Norma? Norma,
Yes,
on
ma'am.
Anthony Ortiz, can you please give us a 2-week reset to see where we are?
Yes, ma'am. They can come back on. They can come back on the 27th.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, you are, and your clients are excused.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And Judge, if I may, this is Jesse Sanchez.
That's
Since
one
we're waiting for the other attorney, Carl Alexander, I have some other settings, maybe excused to go to those courts and then come back.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, Dale Wardy. Dale Wardy.
Yes.
You need to show your video. Your photo is inappropriate for a courtroom setting.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, who else is ready? James Sealaw?
Your Honor, we're going to apply for PDT on Deborah Finnemore.
Okay, just give me a moment. Norma, on Deborah Finnemore, can we have a date to come back? She's applying for PTD.
May 4th.
All right, we'll see you back on May 4th. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Can I go back to the breakout room to talk to her?
Yes, if you'll see on the screen, you are allowed to go back to that room and let her know she's excused and let her know she needs to be back here on May 4th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes. Luis Martinez.
Judge, I'm back. I've conferred with Jordan. I do have an offer in the case. Judge, I've got some information I'm pulling up on his old judgment, so I need a little time to get that.
Where's your client?
My client's in my office if you want me to show him to you.
No, I'll take your word for it.
Okay. He's not very technologically savvy, and I thought this would be easier for everyone.
We appreciate it. Is your client case indicted?
It is, Judge.
All right, does he have a middle name or something? Because I don't see the file back here.
It might be under Moncada Cortez.
What is your client's cause number, please?
Judge, he's on page 10 on the docket.
But I don't have the file.
It's 2021-1471.
All right, to the clerks, I need that file. I don't have it.
Yes, Judge.
All right, so what is happening with your case?
Once again, Judge, I like I said, I've conferred. I have an offer. I need to inspect the old judgments, so I need some time to pull those.
All right, Norma, can you recall this in 3 weeks, please?
Louis, I'm going to send you a chat on a case you need to look at that may mean it's not that important of an issue.
Okay.
I haven't looked at it. I'm just looking at a summary of it, so we'll need to look at it and talk about it, but I'll send you the subject.
Okay. Thank you.
April 27th.
All right, we'll see you back on April 27th. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Bobby Gibbia.
Hey, Judge, I was just about to tell you, I got to run to federal court, but I did confer no agreement on Anthony Lane. Both sides are ready, and we will take a date whenever the court is available for trial.
All right, just give me a moment. Anthony Lane, are you here? Anthony Lane?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. I hit the unmute button.
That's okay. My understanding is you're requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Bobby, is it going to be a jury trial or would you like a bench trial?
Ooh, that is an interesting question. I have actually gone through that in my head, and I'm not sure I know the answer to that right now. It's possible that maybe we would request a bench trial. I can get back to you on that. For now, we'll just take a jury setting, and I will continue to confer and maybe get with Norma and see if we could do that.
Right, and just see if the state will agree to the bench trial.
Sure, of course.
All right, then you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge. I hope you have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you. You too.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Lane, you're excused. You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Fresh hot cup of coffee over here. Good. You didn't already get one.
All right, Louis, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge. I'm just waiting for some information from Jordan.
Okay, sure. Anthony Rabago.
Yes, Your Honor. After conferring with David, we realized that Mr. Pouch is habitual and needs reappointment, and didn't know if you want to talk to us in private about that or.
We can wait because your client has to be in court by 11.
And I think he needs new counsel, Your Honor, because I can't represent him going further if he's habitual.
All right, just come back at 11. We'll take care of it.
Okay.
Michael White.
Here, I'm here.
Yes, what is happening with Mr. Orta?
Well, I'm trying to finish doing all those chat things. I have to give him my
Just one
email.
moment. Dale Warning. If I see your photo one more time where you have no top on, you're going to be required to appear in court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
So I know you know how to use all of this fancy equipment that others who are old like me are just learning. So I don't want to see that photo again. If I do, you're coming to the courtroom in person. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And Judge, on Michael White's case, I'm doing the paperwork right now.
All right, thank you. Laura, can you let Norma know what the agreement is? Because Michael White is having trouble typing in the agreement.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
I'm gonna change that.
And Eric Orta.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you, in the chat box to Ferguson, can you put your email address? Are you able to do that or no?
I'm in the office with my lawyer. Right now he has the computer.
All right, what's the email address where we can send paperwork?
Okay, my email address, ma'am, is ericjorta@gmail.com.
All right, we'll make sure that all the paperwork comes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And Michael White, if you want to mute while you get that paperwork, that's fine.
All right, thanks.
Any other defense attorney back?
Flavia Hernandez is back
Yes.
with Secala Holis. We have an offer from the state. I will need some time to go over that with my client. I don't think he's going to be able to accept it due to the immigration consequences.
All right, is Mr. Hollis here?
He's texting me right now. I'm not sure if he was able to log on or not, but he is available.
All right, he needs to appear on Zoom.
Can email you to
Okay,
that.
I'll work with him on that.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anyone else back from the breakout room? Oh, Nicole, the person,
Yes, for Michelle Garcia.
yes, it's Gary Hillier.
Yes, he's been texting me just now.
All right, so if you all can go to breakout room number 10.
Okay.
Gary Hillier, if you go to 10, please. Wendy McClellan, you're back.
Yes, Your Honor. I was gonna see if I could go to a breakout room with my client, Cheyenne Yen. She's in custody.
All right, Ms. Yin. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 6 to meet with your attorney.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any other attorneys back?
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes.
Am I supposed to click something to go to breakout room or?
No.
Oh, thank you.
Judge, is there a Virgilio Alcedua?
You say Rogelio Alcedua?
Virgilio, like Virgil?
Is there Virgilio Alcedua on the screen?
Oh, I see him. He's blacked out.
You need to unmute and you need to show your video. All right, you need to unmute. He's here. Does he need to go somewhere?
Yes, could you
How about
send me
now?
to room 7?
All right, Mr. Virgilio Basildia,
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
send you to breakout room number 7 to speak with your attorney.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, smile on the fucking docket.
Norma, any contact with Carl Alexander?
Yes, ma'am. He's in presiding right now. So we're presiding. He'll log in and as soon as he's done.
Okay. All right, everyone, just give me one moment, please. Yes. Anyone back from the breakout room?
Yeah, this is Abe Garza, Judge.
Yes.
I was in there with Marcus and we'd like to reset this. They're gonna have to look at something else.
All right, is your client here?
I have not seen him, Your Honor.
All right, I give everybody till 10:30. Is there a Thomas DeMille here?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he, on Miles, there he is.
Okay.
Okay, any more?
All right, does your client have another name than DeMille?
It looks like it's Justina Miles, Judge.
No,
Yes,
what is your full name, sir?
DeMille Deshaun Thomas.
It's under Thomas.
Oh, I'm sorry. On the Zoom, he's got another name, Judge.
Yeah.
All right, so what is going on here?
Judge, there's an ag that we have in our intake that I'm going to reach out to Maritza to see if it's one that we're going to move forward on.
All right, how much time do you need?
A couple weeks.
All right, Norma, can you recall Mr. Jamil in 3 weeks, please? Thomas Jamil or Jamil Thomas?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I talk to him in a breakout room, Judge?
Yes, just give us a moment.
April 27th.
All right, you're gonna come back on April 27th?
Yes, ma'am.
What page is he on, Norma?
5190209.
All right, thanks. All right, Mr. Jamil, I'm gonna send you to a breakout room. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Thomas. I'm gonna send you to a breakout room with your attorney. And
Yes,
after
ma'am.
that, you're excused.
Thank you.
And if you'll go to breakout room number 12, please. And Abel, if you'll go back to 12.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right. Dante Dominguez, you're back. Abel, if you'll look at the lower hand where it says breakout rooms, just click on that. All right, Dante Dominguez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I did speak to Jordan. We have an agreement in terms. There's one bit of paperwork I need to grab. I have to come back on Monday before Your Honor on another plea. So I was hoping we could do them both and we should have paperwork ready to roll.
All right, is there a reason we can't do this today?
There's one bit of paperwork that I need to get from my client. There's a proactive thing that we've done to sweeten the pot.
Well, we can take the plea and then we can hear whatever you want me to hear tomorrow.
Okay, we can do that. If you'll put me in a breakout room with, I think she was popped up under Brenda.
All right, Brenda, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 9 with your attorney. And Dante, if you could put in the chat box to Norma what her email address is, and also if you could put what the email address is to the prosecutor, her email address.
Yes, yes, ma'am. I sent it over to Mr. Brown and I'll shoot that over to Norma right now.
All right, thank you. Christine McDonald.
Morning, Judge. For Leticia Benavides, she's going to plead to her misdemeanor and this case should be dismissed. We have a setting in the county court on April 16th, Judge.
All right. And what is Leticia Benavides? All right, Norma.
Yes, ma'am.
On Leticia Benavides, she says there's going to be a plea on what date?
On April 16th, Your Honor, in the county court.
All right, so can you call this after April 16th?
April 26th.
And Your Honor, can I speak to my client in a breakout room before she's excused?
All right, just give me one moment.
Thank you.
And if she does complete the plea on April 16th, just let us know, and then she won't have that court date for April 26th.
I will, Judge. Thank you.
All right, and let me see. You are in breakout room number 16.
Yeah.
And how's your client listed on the Leticia Benavides? If you'll go to breakout room number 16, after you speak with your attorney, you're excused, but your next court date is April 26th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Judge, I've been in a breakout room all by myself.
Oh, I forgot to make the announcement that when you go to one of the breakout rooms here, it's like you're at a doctor's office. So right now in that room, your blood pressure and weight is being checked, and then a prosecutor will see you.
Okay.
All right, sure.
I'll go back.
All right, thank you. Is there a prosecutor available to speak with Ray Adams? He's in 20, he has 2 clients. He has Javier and Nicholas, and they're both criminal trial division.
I can, Judge.
All right, thanks. So if you go back to number 20, Ray, Alexandra will meet you there.
Will do. Thank you.
Flavio Hernandez, has your client shown up?
Yes, he just sent me his email. I'm forwarding him the link right now.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Judge. I'm back on Michael Cervantes.
Yes.
Can I be sent out on to a breakout room with him, Judge? We just received an offer.
All right, Michael Cervantes. Let me see, what breakout room were you in?
I believe I was in 8, Judge.
No, not 8. Let me see. 11. Michael Cervantes, if you'll go to breakout room number 11, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
I saw my attorney. You said you sent him to a breakout room, but haven't got to speak with him.
He will speak with you when he's ready to speak with you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Abelardo
Judge,
Garza.
I've talked to my client and he's gone. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
All right, we'll see you on 27.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Kelly Green.
Yes, Your Honor. I received an offer from the state. Is my client online? I do not have contact with him.
What is your client's name?
Roberto Villarreal.
All right, is there a Roberto Villarreal here? All right, I give everyone till 10:30.
All right. May I be excused?
You need to zoom back in at 10:30.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Hules Sakala. You need to unmute.
So my phone.
That's okay. Flavio Hernandez,
Yes, Your Honor.
your client is here.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, do you need to speak with him?
I don't think it would be any good to speak with him right now. I think he and I need some time to think about the offer. The offer is reasonable, but it's a felony offer and it's going to have immigration consequences.
Yes,
I don't think
an
that's
an immigration attorney was appointed on January 7th.
Yes,
Sakala, have you spoken with the immigration attorney?
No, man, she had never contact me.
All right, just wait right here.
Your Honor, I did receive a letter from the immigration lawyer. I have not shared it yet with my client. It basically says he cannot accept.
No. I mean, you've received a letter from Teresa Coles-Davila, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to send you two in the breakout room. You can share that letter with him.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you.
And then come back to the main room after you're done.
How can I join?
Judge, I've had a chance to speak to Mr. Cervantes.
Just one moment, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, Judge, I'm back with Mr. Michael Cervantes. We've discussed the plea offer. He does want some time to consider that plea because it does involve jail time. So can we get a reset, Judge, a short one, maybe about 2 weeks?
Are you saying jail time or prison time?
Prison time, I'm sorry, Judge.
All right, where's your client?
He should be on Zoom, Judge.
Michael Cervantes. Can you go back to breakout room number 11 and have him come back to the main room, please?
Yes, Judge.
Gary and Nicole, you're back?
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, we are.
Yes. What is happening?
Your Honor, I believe we've reached a provisional agreement. This case, we are going to work this out, but we would request a 90-day reset, please, Judge. Ms. Thornborough is going to provide some more discovery on an unrelated case so that we can try and wrap that up in the agreement. Also, according to the agreement, Ms. Garcia is going to be getting some treatment, and so she can provide some mitigation on her side to the court. But if we could just request a longer reset and it is going to work out, Your Honor, but we also want to clear up another unresolved case.
Okay, there will not be a 90-day reset. Norma, on Michelle Garcia, can you give them a 45-day reset? And that will be your plea deadline date. The court will not consider any pleas after that date. I see that on the last court date we had for this case was January 7th. So there's been February, March, and now we're in April.
Judge, she can come back on we can do May 19th.
All right, May 19th, that's your plea deadline date. The court will, Ms. Garcia, the court will not consider any plea bargaining agreements after that date. All right, you and your client are excused. Thank you.
Your Honor, you can log off now, Michelle.
Judge,
All right.
Mr. Cervantes has joined us.
All right, Norma, on Mr. Cervantes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Norma, can you reset Mr. Cervantes for 30 days, please?
Yes, ma'am. For in person?
Yes.
He can come back on May 5th, Judge.
All right, Mr. Cervantes. May 5th will be your plea deadline date. Mr. Cervantes, where are you?
Isn't my phone over there? My phone.
He's on there. Mr. Cervantes, can you unmute yourself?
My phone.
I don't see your client.
He's on the last one, Judge. I see him on the participants, the last one.
All right, thank you. Mr. Cervantes?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Mr. Cervantes, you're coming back on May 5th. That
Yes,
will
Your Honor.
be your plea deadline date. What that means is that the court will not accept any plea bargains after that date, and you'll need to appear in court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right, the court address is 300 De La Rosa, 187 District Court. We're on the 4th floor, okay?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're excused. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Jonathan Ross,
Yes, Your Honor.
what is happening with your client?
Mr. Balzador would like to apply to a pretrial diversion, Your Honor.
All right, and is the state in agreement with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, can we get a reset for plea time? Where's your client?
Is he out of the breakout room? I told him to leave the breakout room, Your Honor.
All right, there he is. Mr. Balsadala, I'm just putting some syllables together and saying it's a word like from Army of Darkness.
Basil do it, Your Honor. Basil do it.
Basadua. All right, first of all, you're in the 187 District Court. There are no caps allowed.
Sorry.
All right. Norma, can you give us an update for PTD on this case?
4th.
You say May 4th?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you back on May 4th. Make sure next time you appear, you don't wear any caps, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You're excused. And Jonathan Ross, you have another client with us?
Oh, I do, Your Honor?
Yes.
I don't know if I got another.
It is Justin Almon.
I do not believe I got the. Let me give him a ring and give him the Zoom information, and I'll be right back with you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Virgilio Balsadua. I got it right. You're excused.
All right. I'll see you in a bit, Your Honor. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, anyone else back from the breakout rooms?
Joseph Stateson.
All right, Mr. Stateson, just give me one moment. I'm signing documents. Knock, knock. Ah, okay. Just one second.
I just told him 2 minutes ago, if you do a PTE, tell me so I can write it on the file. And another one just came up and it said, okay, well, what file? Then you could go up for this case. Well, what? And now, the group text.
Yes, Ray Adams.
Yes, Your Honor. I've spoken with the district attorney on both of these cases, and we've conferred on neither case am I in contact with my clients.
All right, Javier Velasco, are you here? Javier Velasco.
That's been assigned to me.
And who is your other client?
The other one is Nicholas Rios.
Nicholas Rios?
Yes.
Is there a Nicholas Rios here? I give everyone till 10:30, Mr. Adams, so if you'll remain. All right, Victoria Cruz, who do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Orlando Armas Ramirez. He is present, video on, CTD.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And everyone, if you'll just give me a moment, I need to review a search warrant.
Well, it's just what we label. Correct. That's a different thing. That's a different thing. Yeah. This is the formal process. That's.
But in my dismissal, I can still put.
Yep.
No.
All right, anyone ready?
Judge, this is Flavio with Sakala Holas.
Yes.
I shared the letter with him and I emailed it to him and we talked about it and we talked about the offer the state is making. It's a 4-page letter and it's not very easy to read, Your Honor. As you can imagine, it's got a lot of difficult words for him. He doesn't speak English very well. He's from Africa.
Yeah,
And
what's his language? Is it French?
I don't know what his other language is, Your Honor.
Mr. Sakala, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what is your language?
My language is French.
French? All right,
Yes, ma'am.
Norma. Norma.
Huh?
Just 1 second.
Sorry, Judge, I was trying to mute. Go ahead.
All right, Norma, we're gonna recall this in 30 days. Can you see if we can get a French interpreter for Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am. May 5th.
All right, we're gonna be back on May 5th and there will be a French interpreter available.
Thank you.
And Norma, last time, based upon this, it's hard to find a French interpreter. Maybe it'll be easier with Zoom. So
Yes.
we'll probably have to start the search earlier. All right, Mr. Sakala, we'll see you on May 5th.
I'll put the request in now.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome. Nathaniel Navy, who do you have?
Judge, I have Vanessa Sanchez. Can I go into a breakout room with Mr. Sanders really quick?
Yes. I'll see you in breakout room number 1.
Thank you.
Wendy McClellan.
Yes, Your Honor. Cheyenne Yen is going to plead true. I put it in the chat just now to Norma.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Joseph Stetson.
Yes, Your Honor. On George Kelly, I've conferred with Marcus, and we didn't receive this email in advance, unfortunately. We emailed it to the client. We're trying to contact him, but he has not logged on yet.
All right, I'll give him till 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Thank you, Judge. May I be excused and log back in?
Yes, it'll be the same link.
Thank you,
And
Judge.
if you're able to get in touch with him before then, the court will be taking its noon break, so the staff can have a break.
Right.
But if you're able to get in before then, just zoom back in.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Sanchez, David Sanchez, who are you waiting on?
Judge, I'm just back from the 186. I was here on Tidal Wardy. I'd just like to ask the court for some additional time for him to come up with his restitution for the pretrial diversion. He needs to pay that up front.
All right, Mr. Wardy, where are you?
Right here.
All right, Mr. Wardy, I'm going to give you one more 30-day reset, and that is going to be your plea deadline date. So either you have the restitution up front or you do not, but this is the last reset date you will receive. You understand? Because this has been going on since January. Norma, on Tidal Wardy, can we have 1 30-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am. May 5th.
May 5th, okay.
Yes. All right, you and your client are excused.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, if I may.
Just give me one moment, please.
All right, John.
Yes.
We've signed everything, Your Honor, so we're ready to go on our plea.
Well,
for,
if
Eric.
I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Let me see. You're in breakout room number 8.
All right, we've signed everything.
I don't know that. So I'm going to send you to breakout room. Let me send you to breakout room number 4.
Number
and
4?
Eric, yes, Eric Orcha, where are you?
Right here, ma'am. Right next to my lawyer.
All right, I'm going to send you guys to breakout room number 4. And I'm going to send the clerk in number 4, and the clerk will let you know if they have all the information.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
So to the clerks, if you'll go to breakout room number 4, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nathaniel Navy?
Yes, Your Honor. Can I go into a breakout room with Vanessa Sanchez now?
All right, Vanessa Sanchez, where are you? Vanessa Sanchez, if you could unmute, please.
I'm right here. I'm trying to get the camera going. 1 second.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1 to speak with your attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
Norma, I just sent you a chat.
Okay.
Jesse Rivera,
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Judge.
good morning.
It's always nice to see you.
It's nice to see you too. And I see you have Jacqueline Kennedy in the background.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I sure do. That's a painting that I got from someone who is really got it like kind of an Andy Warhol style type of painting.
Oh, wow. It looks good.
Thank you, Judge. So I spoke to Mr. Garcia. There was 2 different victims in the case. There was some discovery that I wasn't aware of, but I think that we can hammer this thing out over the period of by the next setting. If you can give us a setting, I think we can probably get it resolved by then. I also need to get him an affidavit on one of the victims.
All right. Let me find him on the docketing sheet. Just one moment.
Yes, ma'am. It's Adrian De Leon.
All right, Norma, on Adrian DeLeon.
Yes, ma'am. If you like historical paintings, I have Mr. Civil Rights himself.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yep, 1964, 65, Civil Rights and Voting Rights, which, by the way, they're trying to gut the Voting Rights Act, in Georgia and Arizona and these other crazy states.
But I'm a little bit disappointed in your wall of important people.
Why is that, Judge?
Where is mine and Brenna's and Norma and Alexandra?
Well, I also have Senator Kennedy here.
Oh, wow. Known as the Lion of the Senate.
Yeah, and he signed it for me in 1984, right there.
Oh, wow. That is so awesome.
Yeah, in those days, you could literally go to the Capitol building and, and go in there. And he was there, and I went to his office, and he was in there in a meeting or something. And the guy says he'll sign one for you. And he went in there and he came back out with it. And I said, oh, how cool! But he said the senator has meetings and stuff. This is from the period.
Oh, wow.
And his wife, and that's kind of like losing power here. Sorry about that.
If you read the biography of Abraham Lincoln and his wife, there was a lot of mental health issues that was happening during the war.
Yeah. Well, her brothers were fighting for the South.
Can you imagine?
That's insane. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
She made a statement in one of the newspapers at the time, and she said, if my brothers are taking arms against my husband, then I have no brothers. That's what she said.
Wow.
It's an amazing time, but we've gone so far in this country. Everybody talks about so many things that have happened in this nation, but we weren't the greatest nation in the world for a very long time. A lot of things had to happen first before we started to become the greatest nation, as you already know, historically. But, it was, Plessy versus Ferguson was around for how long, So separate but equal meant that, well, you kids stay on those side of the railroad tracks in the one-room schoolhouse, and our folks will stay over here with all the big buildings and the new books and everything else, And that was separate but equal, which is what stood for so long. And there was an attorney in San Antonio named Gus Garcia, and he brought the first case of separate but equal to the Supreme Court and won right before Brown versus Board. And it was the Bastrop County Schools District against these little Mexican girls that wanted to go to school but wanted a better school district. And so he took that case to the Supreme Court and won, and literally met with Thurgood Marshall, because Thurgood Marshall wanted to speak to him. And also who was on the team was Cadena. Judge Cadena was also on that team. And Thurgood Marshall met with those guys, and they told him, here's how we did it, and here's how we can be helpful in that regard. And so Thurgood Marshall started the fight, in 1950, I think 6, going into 57, and was able to get Plessy overturned for everybody.
You know what, Javi? I mean, Jesse, you know what? Each time before we start court, I'm gonna have you come in and bring some history lessons to everyone.
I'd be happy to, I tell you.
My mom watches us every morning. So I'm sure my mom in the background is talking to the TV and she's giving dates. So
well, that's George Washington.
Hey, you have like a smorgasbord of paintings.
Oh yeah, there's and I have a lot of World War II memorabilia also. So these were worn by some of the this guy was on General MacArthur's staff in the Philippines. This guy invented the 82nd Airborne, General Gavin. And I also have.
We've lost your video. Okay.
Sorry. I also have their helmets that they wore in World War II.
Well, okay, everybody, we're going to have to come by and do a tour of your location. I won't ask you to put the address out on the screen, but we're going to do a tour.
Yeah, for sure.
What I can do is we'll give your client a 30-day reset. Norman, can you give Adrian DeLeon a 30-day reset, please?
May 4th.
All right, we're going to come back on May 4th.
That'd be fine, Judge.
Hey, but thank you for sharing with us. I always say knowledge is key, and you've just given me a refresher course because I absolutely love history.
Knowledge is important, but also we must remember history and how things were, and we must never repeat all the bad things that we did as a nation. We must, as you recall in World War II, Stephen Ambrose said, we were fighting the biggest racists on the planet with a segregated army. No one ever thinks about that.
Yeah.
But things began to change, of course, after World War II because of the GI Bill and all the men and women that fought for the country and came back as second-class citizens, and all that began to.
But if you review the GI Bill, not everyone received a GI Bill. If you look at the demographics.
Let's just say if you were white, of course you got the GI Bill, but all the Black and Hispanics didn't. But there were some pretty big fellows of the time that began to change all that. Hector Garcia is the one who invented the GI Forum for South Texas, and he was very instrumental in getting things changed. And so a lot of your old guard lawyers that have probably already passed away after World War II that went to law school on the GI Bill at St. Mary's, they went because of Hector Garcia and the GI Forum.
Well, I'm going to be sure, Jesse, I'm going to be sure to call you to speak at one of our CLEs.
Okay, I'd be happy to.
You can't turn it down now. So I'm going to be sure and call you, okay?
Yes, ma'am. All you have to do is tell me what you want to talk about. Now we can talk about, I have a fingerprint card from a man who was sentenced to death in 1921, I think. And the thing was, the other thing that this guy did, Gus Garcia, was he was able to change the jury in Texas because it was all white men on the juries, and they were being, judged by Mexicans, and Blacks were being judged by all white juries. And so he was able to change that in a landmark case of Hernandez v. Texas in the 1950s. And he lost in every court in Texas because, of course, Texas was very racist at the time. But he knew he could win at the Supreme Court, and he did. And by the way, they're going to make a movie about him pretty soon here in San Antonio. It's called Dawn of the Golden Matador. And Nancy de los Santos, which is the producer that did La Bamba and Selena and stuff, she's involved in the project. In fact, Believe it or not, I'm involved in the project and as an advisor on it.
Oh, wow. Well, if they
So-
need any extras, call me.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
And I'm sure everyone on the staff, there'll be extras.
Okay, yeah, of course, of course.
All right, well, you have a good day, okay?
Yes, ma'am, you too. Take care.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye. All
Always a pleasure.
right, you too. All right, anyone ready?
Ready.
See, that always happens in a history class. Then everybody gets silent.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
All right, just as soon as I get the documents, we will go. And I have it. Brenda, are you ready?
Yes.
And just so everyone knows, at 2 o'clock, I'm going to be giving an exam on that history lesson. Oh, who's the prosecutor on this?
Me, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 10019, State of Texas versus Eric John Orta. If I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state.
Laura Metzel for the state.
For the defense.
Michael White for defense, Your Honor.
All right, and Eric Orta, where are you?
I am right here, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Orta, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Orta, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Orta, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with is assault of a pregnant person? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Orta, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, no, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, your fine is $1,000 that will be probated. The state recommends deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Ma'am. I have a question. What does probated mean as far as in the fine?
It means that if you successfully complete it, you won't have to pay it.
Okay, understood.
All right. So did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 80 hours of community service restitution, the BIPP class, and no harmful or injurious contact with Jessica Nava, N-A-V-A. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
At this time, we offer States Exhibit 1 and attachments.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Orch, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand today that the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. Mr. Aguilera, if you'll go to breakout room number 2, a prosecutor will meet you there. All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing? Defense, are we proceeding with
Yes, Your
sentencing?
Honor. Yes, please.
Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, just that he has a good record, Your Honor, and I think he's learned by this experience and can be trusted on probation.
Mr. Orta, what have you learned from this experience?
I've definitely learned a lot. Just definitely learn how to control my anger and think before I react.
I mean, why do you have to learn not to hit a woman who's pregnant?
Don't have to learn.
Let's start with that.
To begin with.
I'm sorry, what?
I shouldn't have to learn that. That was wrong from the begin with.
So if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
It will be negative. I am on a methadone program though. So that's about
all right. I consider methadone to be another drug. What are your levels on methadone?
I'm at 80 milligrams.
Are you slowly weaning off of that?
Not as of yet, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Why not?
Because the place I'm at, they're not allowing me to just yet because due to COVID, they're doing the take homes on weekends. So you have to be at a stable dose in order to do that, to start going down.
All right. And Jessica Nava, when's the last time you had contact with her?
Not this recently. I actually I live with her, ma'am.
Why is she living with you?
Why is she living with me?
Yeah.
Because
why do you think she wants to be with you?
Because she knows who I really am as a person, and what I did was a horrible mistake, and that's not who I really am.
No, let's start back. That's not a mistake. Brenna, are you ready to type this in? Let me explain to you what a mistake is. I'm going to give you the definition of mistake by an example. It's raining outside. I have a black umbrella. I come to the courtroom with my black umbrella. I sit down, I finish my case, I leave, I grab my umbrella because I know it's still raining outside. When I get outside and open my umbrella, I look in it and realize this is not my black umbrella. I go back to the courtroom. I see that I grabbed a different umbrella by mistake. That's a mistake. Let me tell you what's not a mistake. I come to court, it starts raining. I didn't bring an umbrella. I see an umbrella and I say, you know what? It's raining outside. I didn't bring one. Let me grab this umbrella. That's not a mistake. That's a choice. So you didn't make a mistake in hitting a pregnant woman. You made a choice to hit a pregnant woman. And supposedly this is someone you love. Am I right?
Correct.
And supposedly you love this unborn child, right?
He was born already, but yes, ma'am.
Well, that wasn't showing much love.
No, ma'am, it wasn't.
And so now the born child now, what's his name?
His name is Eric. He is a junior.
All right, so now Eric Jr., he got the weight of the world on his shoulders. And you know why he got the weight of the world on his shoulders?
Why is that, Your Honor?
Because his father hit his mother while she was pregnant. Her entire family knows it because that's what it says in the police report. And his father is taking methadone, which means that his father has a drug addiction. So that's the life that you started him out with. Is Child Protective Services involved?
No, Your Honor.
Are you employed?
At the moment, I'm unemployed, Your Honor.
So
I'm on unemployment at the moment.
All right, so that's another weight on his shoulders. He has someone who is unemployed as a father. So his father is not bringing home the bacon and supporting him the way he should be. Is his mother employed?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so he has two people at home who are unemployed. So they're teaching him not to have a job. So where are you all living? Are you living with her mother or you have a place of your own?
We have a place of our own.
How are you affording a place of your own when you all don't have jobs?
Unemployment at the moment.
When's the last time you had a job?
I want to say probably about 8 months ago.
So, and when's the last time she had a job?
Not too long ago, about 2 months ago.
So then I go back to, I don't know how you all living at an apartment on just unemployment when you haven't been working for 8 months. I saw in there that you brought this foolishness of hitting her to her mom's house, waking up her relatives because you want to act silly. And what caused this argument? She says that maybe you were intoxicated or high. So what was this argument about that you had to hit your pregnant girlfriend?
At the moment, I was under the influence, Your Honor, and I don't recall.
All right, State, does she want to have contact with him?
Yes, she does, Judge.
All right, in this courtroom, you will have an employment. We're not doing this, you're collecting unemployment. There are plenty of jobs available. And let me just tell you, since you have a child, there should be no pride when it comes to you supporting your child. So if you have to dig ditches, then you dig ditches and be proud of digging ditches because you're taking care of your child. Your child cannot take care of himself. Your child did not choose his parents. But what I do know, if everything that you do in that household, that child soaks it up. You know how children learn to speak? They listen to other people speak. And whatever you say in that household, that's what that child is going to pick up. If you're abusive to that child's mother, that's what that child is going to pick up. And he's going to think that, okay, if you don't have a job and you're living off taxpayers, that child is going to think it's okay to have no job and live off taxpayers. Right?
Ma'am.
Does anybody want to speak to, I guess, State, you're recommending the 2 years deferred as opposed to more than 2 years?
Yes, Judge.
All right, I'm gonna send it you to $1,000 fine. That'll be probated. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. 2 years deferred adjudication. 80 hours community service restitution. The BIPP course. No harmful or injurious contact with Jessica Nava. Rebecca, I want him referred to felony drug court and tell them to please take them because he needs to wean off of this methadone.
Yes, ma'am.
Going to refer you to felony drug court. If not accepted, then intensive outpatient treatment with probation. CPS compliance if applicable. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment with vulnerable persons. What that means is you cannot be a home health care provider and you cannot work with minors. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to Zoom or no?
At the moment, no, ma'am.
All right, it'll be regular reporting to probation. And Rebecca, that's to be in person until he's able to Zoom.
Well, can I Zoom through a mobile phone, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, I can.
All right, it's going to be regular reporting to probation by Zoom or in person. Random UAs. And Rebecca, I'm going to want field visits 2 times per month. Random. Rebecca, does he need anything else?
No, no, ma'am.
Mr. Orta, do you need anything else to be successful on this deferred adjudication?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm showing you a document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And also, because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, we'll close the record. I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Probation will meet you there.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. Just wait there. Probation will be there shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Is Yen going to be a sentence of Ms. McClellan?
Yes, Your Honor, 1244.
All right, so Rebecca, then you can go ahead and go to breakout room number 3.
Okay.
Let me send you there. All right, who are the parties on Ms. Nguyen? Who is the prosecutor?
I am, Judge.
Who said I am?
Alexandra.
Okay. Court is calling 2019 CR 13191A, State of Texas versus Cheyenne Yen. Could I have the parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Alexandra Williamson.
For the defense?
Wendy McClellan.
And are you Miss Yen? Could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state or the defense?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Yen, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Second amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. First amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. And third amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you have a chance to review that document with your attorney and did you understand them?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Are you the same Cheyenne Marie Yen who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 13191A for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram on the 12th day of February 2020 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
State?
From the state's second amended motion to adjudicate probation, the defendant violated condition number 5. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Cheyenne Marie Yen, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January and February 2021 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
All right,
The state will waive all remaining allegations.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Yen, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility, and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Your Honor. We're asking for you to grant the state's motion, adjudicate her guilty, revoke her probation, and sentence her to 30 days under section 1244 of the Texas Penal Code. The state will also TIC 2 cases, County Court case number 646330 and case number 2021 CR 1176.
All right, and is this intended to be a judgment satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is it an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Yen, are you asking that the court follow this agreement?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right. Court will follow your agreement then. The court will grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, sentence you to 30 days in the Bexar County Jail under 12.44 of the Penal Code. Take in consideration County Court Cause number 646330 and 2021 CR 1176, and the court will show that the judgment is satisfied. Ms. Yen, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you have a chance to review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Yen, how old are you?
I'm 23.
All right, Ms. Yen, here's the thing. The state took in consideration several of your cases. Those are obviously, one of them is obviously a felony case. You're at the crossroads in your life. You still have more of your life ahead of you than behind you. If you continue on the path that you're on, you're going to end up spending a majority of your life in confinement. If you don't want that, you're going to have to make changes. You understand?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
So I'm sure right now you're excited. You're going to be getting out of jail. They'll probably release you at maybe midnight or 1 a.m. But you're getting out of jail. You're excited. And in your mind, you're like, I don't ever want to be in jail or in confinement again. I'm going to do what's right. That's easy to say when you're in confinement. So you need to think about that time when you hit the outside in the free world, okay?
Trust me. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate everything that you've done. I remember when you first sentenced me and everything that you said, and it's stuck in my head this entire time. And every time that I fucked up, or excuse my French, I'm sorry. Every time that I messed up throughout probation and everything like that, like I appreciate being in jail right now this time, because like it's changed me a lot. And the way that I've like looked, my outlook on life and my perspective on life, and like I want to do right now. Like, you know, I don't want anything to do with drugs. I want to stay sober. I'm 41 days sober, and I'm like, I've been reading this book about, you know, sobriety and stuff like that, and I really want to stay sober. Like I really, you know what I mean? Like I got 3 kids, you know, like they need me, and I know that it's easier to stay on the inside because you got to be sober here, but it's like deep down inside, like I found God. I found, you know, like I've gotten a lot better.
Here's the thing, Ms. Yen. Remember, when you get on the outside world, you still got to change people, places, and things. And if you think about using, go straight to an AANA meeting. They'll speak to you, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, Cheyenne.
Thank you.
All right, Norma, can you let them know that L25 is excused, and Miss Wendy McClellan, you are excused as well. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Anybody else is ready? I'm doing the plea paperwork on Smith.
Okay.
Who's the attorney on that one?
Dante Dominguez for Ms. Schmidt. Can you hear me, Your Honor?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm going to send you to a breakout room so that the clerk can go over paperwork with you.
Yes, ma'am. And I don't have the wealth of knowledge that the previous attorney did, but I do have Baird Rustin on my wall, as well as Bobby Kennedy running on the beach.
See, you know what, Brenna? Now that I've said about people's, you know, paintings and everything on the wall, now people are going to start having them. Because when you don't have paintings on the wall, I think that we should do like a proof of life. I'm like, is somebody holding you hostage? Why is there not a single painting on the wall? Like, for example, right now I'm worried about Orlando Ramirez. There's not a single painting on his wall. He's like in a corner. Like, has somebody put him in timeout? I don't know. These are questions that
Judge.
need to be answered.
It's because I just got the new house and I don't have nothing on the wall yet. So I'm getting it.
But you got a clock, so you're working on it.
I got it.
All right. So Ms. Smith, I'm trying to find you on the screen. Where are you, Ms. Smith?
He's just there under Brenda. Will you raise your hand for the judge, Brenda?
All right, Brenda Smith, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4. Could the clerks go back to breakout room number 4, please?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
And they'll let you know if there's any paperwork missing.
I got my invite too. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Roberto Garcia.
Yes, Your Honor. I got knocked out of electronically, and then I went ahead and took care of a couple of other matters, but I'm through with everything. And can I talk to a prosecutor about Mr. Garcia? No relation.
What is his first name?
Anacleto, Anacleto. I should have looked up the page.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's a possession case, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, to the prosecutors for criminal trial division, could one of you go to breakout room number 5, please? All right, and Victoria Cruz, what is happening with your client?
Your Honor, I've conferred with Jordan Brown. We have all the discovery we need, and we have been tendered an offer.
So what are we doing?
We're gonna talk to our client and consider the offer. We have made a counter. But if you could give us a plea deadline, I think that we could get it on its way.
All right, to the clerks in the back, I don't have the file on Orlando Ramirez.
It's a first setting?
Judge, I don't have the file.
It's Armas Ramirez, Judge, or maybe under Armas, ARMAS.
Ah, okay. Yes, thank you. All right, Norma, on Armas Ramirez, can we give this a 30-day reset? Victoria, is that enough time for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
May 4th?
Norma, May 4th?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll come back on May 4th. Mr. Ramirez, that will be your plea deadline date. So if you want to accept an offer, you need to let the court know on or before that date. Do you understand?
Yes, understand.
All right, thank you. If there is nothing else, you and your attorney are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Kelly Green, you're back. All right, Anthony Rabago.
Hey, Judge.
Hi.
I just wanted to give you an update on the Aaron Pouch situation or his status. I don't know if he's come back into the Zoom meeting, but I think he's in Kerrville, and I don't know if he's going to be able to make it.
Well, we shall see. I mean, how far is Kerrville from here?
I don't know, probably about an hour away, something like that.
No, I gave him till, he can be here at, I'll give him till 2.
So I mentioned to him, like, if he can't be here to Zoom back in at 11 and explain his situation. So he might be back at 11.
No, he needs to, you can call him back, tell him he needs to be on the road to get here. I don't understand why he would think that smoking would be okay.
I don't know, Your Honor. I didn't ask him about that.
All right, I'll give him till 2.
Okay. Should I be on standby for that, or will you just?
No, you'll have the same Zoom link and you can just Zoom back in, okay?
All right.
Thank you. All right. Who is Moto G7 Play? What's your name? You need to unmute.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
What is your name?
My name is Roberto Villarreal. Saúl Villarreal, ma'am.
Who's your attorney?
I believe Kelly. Ms. Kelly.
It's Kelly Green, Judge.
All right. Number, see if she can Zoom back in.
Okay.
How am I supposed to do that?
I don't know.
Goodbye. All right, and on Sanchez, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4. Who's the
thank you.
attorney on Vanessa Sanchez?
I am, Judge. She's already in breakout room number 1. I
All
went
right,
over.
I've sent her to 4 to make sure they have all the paperwork.
Oh, okay. I'll go tell her to go to breakout room 4.
She's already there.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yes, I moved her there. So if you could go to number 4 as well, please.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, has anyone spoken to Juan Aguilera on Hector Gonzalez in breakout room number 2? It's criminal trial division.
Ma'am, I'm here. Hector Gonzalez.
I'll do it, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, just give us a moment, Mr. Gonzalez. Your attorney is conferring. And where is Jonathan Ross?
He said he was going to try to get a hold of his client and that he'd be back.
All right, thank you. And there is a Jacob in the courtroom. Jacob Tafala. And that's Michael Sawyer's client. Norma, do you have any update on Mr. Sawyer?
Oh, hold on, Lupe. Judge, Michael Sawyer said that his secretary is sick and he doesn't know how to get into the computer system to log in. So he said if he can get a reset.
Okay. You know, I'm going to do a CLE on Zooming. Brenda, that's going to happen.
Judge, can you put me in the breakout room with Lupe and Dante?
Yes.
Dominguez? Thank you.
I'll send you to breakout room number 4.
I was coming in.
All right, to the courtroom.
Yes, Judge.
Will you let Mr. Tafala, we're going to give him a reset. Just give me a moment. As soon as Norma comes back, we'll give him a reset.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Jesse Sanchez.
Yes, Judge. I was here on Raimundo Basaldua.
Yes.
He's the one that has Carl Alexander with 3 other cases.
Yes, if you could, if you're available, we're just going to recall it for 2.
I've got another case set at 2 o'clock also, Judge. It's been reset a couple of times.
Which court is that out of?
County Court 6.
All right, well, this is what we'll do. You go ahead and go to that Zoom to that courtroom at that time, and we will wait on you, okay?
Okay, Judge. And is Mr. Alexander going to be also at that time? Okay, just to make sure and see what's going to happen.
All right, Raimundo Balasaldua.
He's in custody, Judge?
I don't think he is in custody.
As far as I know, he is in custody. I saw that there was another person named Basaldua, but that was a Javier or something like that.
All right, we'll come back at 2 p.m. on your case, all right?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, and where is Ray Adams?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes.
This is Antonio Ortiz. I showed up on the Zoom meeting 45 minutes late due to lack of my Wi-Fi connection being poor. I did get a hold of my lawyer and I spoke to the secretary and she told me that I was postponed or getting postponed or something like that. I really didn't understand her.
All right,
So
just
I
give
wanted
us a
to get a
moment.
second opinion about you.
Just one moment. We will get the information for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Jonathan Ross, you're back.
Yes, Your Honor. And I have Mr. Allman.
All right, have you conferred with the state on Mr. Allman?
I have not, Your Honor. This is the first setting. It's a family violence case. If anyone that's available on that.
Oh, yes, someone's available. All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I've been holding to go to the restroom. Is there any way I could go to the restroom real fast?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. But just don't show us, because are you zooming from the restroom?
The phone's gonna stay here.
Okay, all right, thank you. Kelly Green? Your client is here. Have you had a chance to confer with the state?
I'm sorry, are you talking to Kelly Green?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you at first. Yes, I've conferred with the state. I need to confer with my client.
All
Roberto
right, Mr.
Villarreal.
Villarreal, I'm sending you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, ma'am.
Your attorney will meet you there.
Thank
On
you.
Norma, on Jacob,
Yes, ma'am.
he's in the courtroom. Jacob Tafala, that is Michael Sawyer's client. Can we reset that?
We can bring him back. You want to do it on Monday, Judge?
Yes, that's fine.
Which will be April 12th.
All right, to the courtroom.
Yes, Judge.
Can you let Mr. Jacob Tafala know we're going to have him back on April 12th? Let me see him on the screen, please.
Get closer.
Mr. Tafala,
Yes, ma'am.
are you able to Zoom or no?
I don't know how to do that. To be honest with you, I really don't. I'm not really into like computers and stuff like that. I wouldn't know how to do that, but I can have somebody help me try.
All right, because here's the thing, you don't have to come into the courtroom if you Zoom.
Okay.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. Norma, can we move this? I'm sorry, from the 5th. Can we put it on the 7th or 8th for our in-person day? I mean, from the 12th, and we can move it for Wednesday or either Thursday.
The 14th.
All right, so we're going to have you come back on the 14th. You can either appear in person, or if you're able to Zoom, you can Zoom.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll give you a reset form, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anyone else who's ready? If not, we're going to go with the plea on Ms. Smith.
And
Is Mr. Tafoya excused?
Yes.
and Judge, I came back from a breakout room with Tom.
Yes.
We're going to need a little more information. My client's telling me that we're trying to get a police report from Leon Valley that may resolve this case in his favor. So,
all right, where's your client?
His name is Hector Gonzalez. He should be on there.
Hector Gonzalez, where are you?
I think he's under Aaron.
All right, thank you. All right,
Yes.
How much time do you need, defense?
I would probably, it's out of Leon Valley. It's a 2018 police report. So maybe if we could have 30 days, we should be able to get it done.
All right, Norma, can you recall Hector Gonzalez Sanchez for 30 days, please?
May 4th.
All right, we'll see you May 4th. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Judge, I'm back with Roberto Garcia on Anacleto Garcia.
All right, just give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
All right, yes, Alexandra.
So he and I have spoken. I have sent him the application for pretrial diversion just this morning. So they will need a reset to get that taken care of.
All right, and that's Anacleto Garcia?
Yes.
All right, Norma, can we have a 30-day reset on Anacleto Garcia, PTD?
May 5th, Judge.
All right, we'll see you back on May 5th. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, who are the parties on Brenda Schmidt for the DA's office, please?
Me, Judge Brown.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 1277, State of Texas versus Brenda Ortiz Smith. If I can have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Gordon Brown for the state.
for the defense.
Dante Dominguez for Ms. Ortiz.
And are you Brenda Ortiz Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state or the defense?
No objection to the state.
No objection from the defense, and we have signed the consent pursuant to that.
Ms. Smith, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the acknowledgement of discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor, and I did sign the 3914 acknowledgement.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Smith, I'm showing you a document entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment on all counts?
No, Judge, we're proceeding only in count one, and additionally, we're proceeding on a lesser included DWI, waiving the child passenger under 15 language.
Any objections to the waivers?
No objection, Your Honor, and that is our understanding of the plea agreement as well.
Ms. Smith, I'm showing you a document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
The state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of driving while intoxicated as a Class B misdemeanor. The range of punishment for that offense is up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, I do.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor, and she has proactively done several of the terms of the plea deal.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Smith, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived a right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of driving while intoxicated as a Class B misdemeanor. Punishment is to be assessed at 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. There is a $750 fine. State, you're recommending deferred adjudication?
No, we are not. If it says that, that's incorrect, Judge. I apologize. It should be not applying for deferred and recommending community supervision.
All right. Did you understand that you are not applying for deferred adjudication as a part of this plea bargain agreement? Ms. Smith?
I'm kind of a little lost with that.
Okay. Did you understand that according to the plea bargain agreement, that The state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of driving while intoxicated as a Class B misdemeanor. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand that your punishment is to be assessed at 180 days in the Bexar County Jail? The state is recommending that you receive probation or community supervision. Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
They're asking that your fine be assessed at $750. Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
They're asking that you pay a restitution of $60 to DPS for testing. Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
They're asking that you perform the DWI education course, DWI victim impact panel, parenting class, and that you're placed on Smart Start. Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that the state is saying that you are not allowed to apply for deferred adjudication, but you can apply for community supervision? Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
That is, Your Honor, and thank you for going through that, and thank you for giving us the time to do that. I think part of the confusion may have been that I originally expressed that it was community supervision and not deferred, but then when the paperwork came through and we were going through it, I was like, oh, look, it is deferred. So that might have been the confusion there.
All right, state, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Ms. Smith, next I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 50 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the court? I'm sorry, from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations.
Yes.
All right, then to the offense of driving while intoxicated as a Class B misdemeanor, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence to support the defendant's guilty plea.
Yes, Judge. State offers States Exhibit 1 and attachments.
Any objections?
No objections from the defense.
Ms. Smith, I'm going to show you a document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements, police reports, laboratory reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
I do not have a legal reason to not.
All right, is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I would bring to the court's attention that Ms. Schmidt has completed the victim impact panel. She has enrolled and is weeks into the parenting class that was ordered or that was agreed to as part of the plea agreement. And she has completed the DWI education program. I have tendered those certificates to counsel for the state, and we will follow up to make sure that probation receives the same.
All right, Ms. Schmidt, are you employed?
No, right now I'm not.
So how are you supporting yourself?
My boyfriend. I've been looking, it's just been kind of hard. They check my background and kind of like, you know, like, no, I'm sorry.
What is your background? Do you have any other criminal history other than this?
I mean, I have like a few like traffic tickets.
All right, state or defense, does she have any other criminal history?
I believe there is one open case in one of the county courts.
And what is that for?
I believe that is an assault of offense. I do not represent her on that one, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to $750 fine that'll be probated, 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, suspended and probated for 18 months, DWI education, DWI victim impact panel, parenting classes, Smart Start. I'm sorry, Rebecca, I'm talking fast. So it's $750 fine, probated, 180 days, Bexar County Jail, suspended and probated for 18 months, DWI education, DWI victim impact panel, parenting classes, Smart Start, 50 hours of community service restitution, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment with vulnerable persons. What that means is you're not allowed to be a home health care provider or be a babysitter or take any job that involves your supervision of minors. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, there'll be regular Zoom reporting to probation. There'll be field visits 1 time per month, but random.
When you say field visits, that means what exactly?
That a probation officer is going to come to your house.
Okay.
Yes. Rebecca, is there anything else she needs?
No, ma'am, but just to clarify, the Smart Start, is that going to be the ignition interlock or the portable?
Speak with her and find out which one is cheapest for her. But if you're going to be driving, I'm going to require you to have an ignition interlock. Is she driving?
Her license is currently suspended, and my understanding is that she has not been. If she needs to provide an affidavit to that effect.
Yes, you'll need to provide an affidavit of non-driving.
I'm not sure exactly what that means.
Oh, that means that you're going to swear under oath that you're not driving a vehicle. If you drive a vehicle, you're going to end up having a motion to revoke filed against you.
Okay.
If you end up receiving your occupational license, all you have to do is let the court know, and then an ignition interlock will be placed on that vehicle.
Okay, yeah, because if I get a job, I'm going to have to drive to work.
Yes, I'll just discuss it with probation.
Will do.
All right, if there's nothing else, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Schmidt?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't drive while you drink. So many things could have went wrong. You understand? I understand when people get caught up, they're at, parks with their children, having a great time, but that could have easily turned into something else. All right?
Yes.
And something else that people don't realize when they're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol even at your home. Do you understand? So while you're on this probation, you're not allowed to drink any alcohol and you're not allowed to do drugs. That goes without saying. No marijuana or anything of that nature. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Mr. Dominguez, if you want to go to the breakout room with her, you can. But we're going to take up another plea, and then probation will come to breakout room number 2. So if you all will go to 2 and wait for us there. Who's the?
Once we wrap up with probation, do you mind if I slip right out from there, Your Honor?
Yes, and if you want to speak with your client and leave before probation comes, that's completely up to you.
Okay.
All right, so if you guys will go to breakout room number 2, who is the prosecutor on Vanessa Sanchez?
Marcus.
And who is the defendant? I'm sorry, who is the defense attorney on Vanessa Sanchez?
Nathaniel Navy, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Sanchez, I need you to show your video, please. And Carl Alexander.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. Who is your client, Raimundo?
Basildua, yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Could a criminal trial division prosecutor go to breakout room number 1 and confer with him? And Norma, can you speak with him concerning the other attorney wanting to be removed?
Yeah, I did talk to him, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 1468, State of Texas versus Vanessa Marie Sanchez. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Nathaniel Navy, Your Honor.
And are you Vanessa Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state or the defense?
No objection.
No, Your Honor.
Ms.
No, ma'am.
Sanchez, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Sanchez, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We waive the reading, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Judge. We're going forward on the lesser included DWI.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Sanchez, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
And on this case, is the state recommending deferred adjudication?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Did you understand what you're charged with is driving while intoxicated? The state is with a child under 15 years of age. The state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of driving while intoxicated as a Class B misdemeanor. The range of punishment for that offense is up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses that the state will call them the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could sentence you up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Sanchez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of driving while intoxicated as a Class B misdemeanor. They're asking for a $500 fine. They're recommending deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution to Amanda Flores and restitution of $60 to SAPD for blood alcohol testing. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor, there haven't been.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 50 hours community service restitution, DWI education, DIP, ignition interlock for half the term. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to driving while intoxicated is Class B misdemeanor. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the plea.
Yes, State offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any
No,
objections?
no, Your Honor.
Ms. Sanchez, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? And did you electronically sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, she does not have any convictions. I believe that this was a learning experience for her and a wake-up call. She told me that she believes that this deferred adjudication is going to help make her a better person. And I believe that she'll take full advantage of this opportunity if you grant it to her. So I would just ask that you follow our plea recommendation, Judge.
All right, Ms. Sanchez, if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Clean.
All right, so why do you appear to be sort of like hazy?
What do you mean?
I mean, you seem very tired or something. What's going on?
Oh, I work all week, ma'am. And I have 2 kids. One of them sometimes gives me a hard time to go to sleep at night. And I wake up like at 5 in the morning to go to work to be there at 7. But it's like a long, like 35-minute drive.
All right. It's going to be a $500 fine. That'll be probated. 2 years deferred adjudication. Restitution, if any, to Amanda Flores. Mr. Navy, if there are some issues with the restitution, just contact the court coordinator to set it for a restitution hearing. $60 restitution to SAPD for testing. DWI education, DIP, ignition interlock for half the term. Field visits once per month, random. Proof of employment. What do you do at your job?
We package like little balloons and stuff like that for Family Dollar General.
Okay, so proof of employment, but you're not to have any employment that involves you being a home health care provider or supervising minor children. So there's to be no employment with vulnerable persons.
Okay, yes, ma'am. And I have a question. I might be moving soon around May. So do I just let my probation officer know when my address change?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, there'll be regular Zoom reporting. Rebecca, does she do anything else?
No, Judge. And you want a proof of employment within how many days?
Within 15 days. All right, Ms. Sanchez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And also, while you're on this probation, it goes without saying you're not to smoke marijuana or do any drugs, but you're also not to drink alcohol, even if it's at your own home. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
I have one more question, ma'am. On the proof of employment, do I get a paper from work or and
probation will let you know what they'll accept as proof?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right. So if you'll go to breakout room number 2, and Nathaniel Navy, you can go to 2, or either you can be excused.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Jonathan Ross.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, what is happening?
We have a offer from the state. If we could get a reset so I can confer with my client about that and see what he wants to do on that.
Okay, your client is here. You want to confer? You can confer with him now. We're all here.
Yes, Your Honor. There's also quite a bit of stuff that I need to look at on that, and my client is trying to get some paperwork that might help his case in this. It would be very helpful if I was able to get a 30-day reset, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, Mr. Justin Alleman, can you recall this in 3 weeks?
Yes, ma'am. April 27th.
All right, we'll see you back on April 27th. Do you have your client's contact information?
Yes, Your Honor. I am in contact with him. I'll give him a ring right after this. Thank you very much.
And it'll be by Zoom. Thank you. Have a good one.
You all had a good Easter. You have a good one.
All right, you. Bye-bye.
Excuse me, Judge, can you send me to the breakout room?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes.
Thank you.
All right, Anthony Rabago.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Pouch is in the courtroom now.
All right. And do you need to confer with him?
Well, I think right now I need to figure out like what we'll do with the case going forward. I can explain kind of the background, but I don't know if right now is the right place to do it.
All right, just give me one moment. Kelly Green, what is happening with your client?
Good morning, Judge. I conferred with the state, relayed the offer to my client. It is a to-do offer. It is our first setting. He would like a reset to get his affairs in order and discuss it with his family. It's Roberto Villarreal.
Mr. Villarreal? Norma, on Mr. Villarreal, can you give him a 1-month reset, please?
Yes, ma'am. That would be May 4th.
And Kelly, do you
Thank
have all the
you.
discovery on this?
I do, Your Honor, and I have contact information on my client.
All right, Mr. Villarreal and Norma, that date, is that an in-person day?
Sorry,
No,
Judge, I was trying to mute. No, ma'am. Make it May 5th. Sorry.
All right, it's going to be May 5th. Mr. Villarreal?
Okay.
Could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Villarreal, you're going to have to be back here May 5th. That is your plea deadline date. What that means is that the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements after that day. And you need to make sure you are in person in the courtroom. It's 300 De La Rosa, the 187 District Court. It's on the 4th floor, okay?
I appreciate that, ma'am.
Thank you. I'll see you at 9 a.m. May 5th.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
And
Judge.
thank you. Have a good one.
Judge.
All right. And then is there anyone else other than Mr. Anthony Rabago? All right, Anthony, you needed to speak with me?
I could please.
All right, who were you conferring with?
David?
David Martin?
Martin, yes.
All right, David Martin, can you go to breakout room number 3, please? And Anthony Rabago, if you'll go to 3. All right. I don't know if David's there. All right, Laura, Joe Ray, can you all meet me in breakout room number 3?
I'll go, Judge.
Thank you.
I know for every class I've done that, when you go through the building, sir, do I just wait on you?
Yeah, me.
Okay.
I know you're here.
Okay.
Is that your person right there?
I don't know who it is.
Everything should be good. Honestly, instead of waiting on me.
Okay, thank you.
That was the first time I got done on the floor.
The second time I found my pen, I got the.
All right, to the courtroom, could you have Mr. Pouch on the screen, please?
Yes.
Judge, can you mute inmate L2, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very close, sir. Here you go.
All right, Mr. Pouch.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So my understanding is that an offer has been tendered to you. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I don't want to know what the offer is, but you have a choice to make. You can either accept that offer today, in which case the court will then hear sentencing on another day. So are you accepting the offer or rejecting it?
I need to speak to my lawyer real quick about this.
All
Again.
right, let me send you to a breakout room. I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And courtroom, let me find out where you are. All right, in courtroom, if you'll go to number 1, Carl Alexander.
Hi, Judge.
Hi, do you need to speak to your client?
Sure, briefly, but I just kind of give you a status report. We're talking with Jordan. And so if I'm understanding what all happened today, sorry, my head's still kind of a little bit in the divorce case that I
Okay.
announced an hour and a half on. But if I'm understanding it correctly, Mr. Sanchez, who was on the all this case, the less than a gram case, is requesting that I be substituted in?
Yes.
Okay. Which I accept, assuming Mr. Basil, I'm sure Mr. Basil is okay with that. Then I need time to get that discovery. And I also need to finish going through all the discovery on the current cases that I have. And so Jordan and I discussed that I still have homework to do before we can have a fully intelligent conversation and start discussing
All right,
offers.
just one moment. To the clerks in the back, could I please have all the cases on Mr. Balsadua? 2021 CR 2773, 2021 CR 2774.
Yes, Judge.
And Norma, can you give me a 30-day reset on Mr. Balsadua?
May 4th.
All right, Mr. Balsadua, what will happen is you're going to come back on May 4th. On May 4th, I'm going to give you a plea deadline date. What that means is I'm not going to accept any plea bargains after that date that I give you. Do you understand? Unmute, please.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right, and I'm not a medical doctor, but I don't think that mask does any good if your nose is not covered.
Okay.
No, you need to cover your nose. Here's the thing about masks. I don't like wearing it. It's uncomfortable for me, but guess what? I'm not doing it for me.
Okay.
I'm doing it for other people.
Yes, ma'am.
So people who don't wear their masks are being selfish.
Okay. So,
And people who don't wear their mask properly, they're being more than selfish. They're being disrespectful.
okay.
So let's keep everybody safe. All right, Carl, do you need to speak with your client?
Just real quick, Judge, and then if I can be excused from there.
All right, when you speak with him, he needs to come back to the main room so he can be excused from the main room.
Okay, Judge.
I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, is there anyone else? Yes, bye, Dante.
Sorry, Judge. I saw my client come back on too, so I was telling her.
You're like, cut.
Yeah, cut. Thank you, Judge.
All right, bye-bye. And let me see who's left in the breakout room. All right, we just have Anthony Rabago talking to his client, and then we will be back at 2.
What's going on this afternoon, Judge?
We have Cruz, well, Janelius Crew. We need to come back for Jerry Valdez on Roman Gonzalez. And let me see. That's all. So we'll have Janelius Crew and we need Roman Gonzalez.
And that crew is a bond, is that a bond matter?
I think so.
Bond reduction, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. And so if everyone doesn't know, Laura Metzel and Jordan Brown You do have your TV fans in the world. Everyone, you will no longer be able to see Laura Metzel and Jordan Brown on this television station, but hopefully they will not be strangers. You know, like in the series, Brenna, they would always have guest appearances. So hopefully you all will always come back for guest appearances.
I'll definitely have some cameos.
My mom is like, I'm gonna miss them. So I'm gonna have to tell her what stations you all will be on. And everyone, we are going to be breaking at 12. It is turning out to be a beautiful day, and they have completely demolished Wackenhut. At least that's what we called it when I was first started practicing. Yeah, it's completely gone.
Used to call it the Wacky Hut.
Yeah. But here's the funny thing. So Deputy Laura and I were looking at them demolish it towards the end. And I said, I'm not a construction worker expert, but I do believe you're supposed to be wetting that down so you won't get the dust blow back everywhere. People were just out there breathing in dirt. Then finally, Deputy Laura's like, they put the hose on. I'm like, yeah, they heard us. But does anyone know what they did with the Callison cowboy? Because they removed him from the building.
Yeah, I know they were supposed to build something there, and then like it seemed like it wasn't going to happen. And once he disappeared, I figured the bulldozers were soon to follow. But obviously, everything's still standing there, so who knows?
Yeah, we Googled because you know there's a hotel that used to be there. And I was wondering if somebody had any photos of the hotel, how it was in its heyday.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they said they're moving all of those restaurants that are there because there are so many people who want to live downtown. And so they're building more apartments.
I mean, I don't know the numbers, whether that's necessary. I won't be living there.
No. Well, they say that all of the luxurious living downtown is for the people who work in these buildings. I don't think anyone's looked at anybody's salary. But I remember when I was a prosecutor, they said, these are being built for you guys, for the prosecutors. And I was like, have you all seen the prosecutor's salary?
There's men. Haven't had a chance.
All right, let me see what's happening in the courtroom, and then we're going to take our break, everyone. Just give me a moment. David, you're not in your St. Augustine grass or in outer space today. He's at Buc-ee's. Okay, do you know the next time my mom comes to San Antonio
Hungry.
or my brothers, I'm going to have them go to Buc-ee's. I have only been to Buc-ee's one time. And when I went in there, I was like, oh my gosh, they are making everything fresh. So I'm going to have to stop at Buc-ee's.
Yep. There's always brisket on the board.
Yes, I didn't learn that saying until I was there. I'm like, what are they shouting? And he goes, yeah, brisket is on the board. Deputy Laura says Bucky's is junk food heaven.
Yep.
I was watching this couple on YouTube, and they travel to all these different places, and they make money by traveling and just filming their travels. So they've already hit all the countries. So they said, we're going to get a van and we're traveling through the United States. I think they're called Kate, Kara, and Nate or something. And one of the stops they made was at Bucky's. Are you at Laura's office?
Yes, and she's going to cough all in my office. I'm going to cough in her office. You better wipe that desk down.
But at Bucky's, you're not allowed to park there overnight. All right, Anthony Rabago, you're back.
Yes, Your Honor. The two pending offers that we have right now is my understanding of 4 years TDC.
No. I don't need to know what the offer is.
Okay. Then there's Mr. Pouch doesn't want to accept the offers that are pending right now.
All right. Well, today was your plea deadline date, Mr. Pouch, because this case is an old case. It's from 2020. So I'll set you for a jury trial.
Your Honor, I'd like to put it on the record what the current offers are and what's not being accepted. I think that's fair at this point.
I mean, you can put whatever you want to put on the record. I will mute myself and I will be out so that I don't see what the offer is.
Okay, I just want to put it on the record so he knows it and he's rejected it.
All right, Brenna, I'm going to shut down my real time so I can't see what you're doing. And I'm just going to, yes?
I put it on bench mode, so it won't come up on yours.
Okay, all right, great.
Yeah.
I'm going to mute on my end so I can't hear anything.
Mr. Pouch, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
So the two pending offers that we have right now, and David, correct me if I'm wrong, are 4 years TDC or apply for probation with the state not in agreement for probation and a 6-year cap. Did I get that right, David?
Yeah, we're silent on his application, so it's up to the court.
Up to the court. So
we don't say either way.
Okay. So those are the two options. Can you reject those options and put your case on the jury trial docket, or accept one of those options? Did you hear me okay, Mr. Pouch?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I don't want those offers.
Okay. All right. That's all we needed. Judge, we're ready when you are.
Judge, they're done.
Oh, okay, thanks. All right, now you guys know when I put myself on silent, I really can't hear. All right, so we will put you down as requesting a jury trial, Mr. Pouch. And Mr. Pouch, because of the indictment, you're indicted as a habitual. We're going to have to assign a new attorney to you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, can you see who's up on the list?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a pen I can borrow?
And to all of the prosecutors, we're taking our noon break now. So you all are excused.
Thanks, Judge. Have a good one.
Thank you. And those of you who are here, you can mosey on down to the 187th District Court.
Judge, did you say 2 o'clock?
Yes, 2 o'clock.
Thank you.
And I'm going to stop live stream. Hopefully everyone has a great lunch break, and we'll see you all back here at 2 p.m.